Sheryl Swoopes, she can't not try to light a fire involving Caitlin Clark. She can't just be good. She's trolling Caitlin Clark again, this time by celebrating the arrival of Paige Becker.
Sheryl Swoopes just made her latest move after getting fired from the WNBA, and it spoke volumes without her saying a word. She walked onto Gilbert Arenas' podcast wearing a Paige Buchers t-shirt. Was it a show of support for a rising star? Not exactly. It was a subtle shot at Caitlin Clark, hidden behind the appearance of backing someone else. Let's be real, these days, the one thing you can count on from Swoopes is her non-stop effort to downplay anything Clark achieves.
With that being said, you big dummies, you getting paid now.
Right.
You asked me about Caitlin. If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that player said it.
Okay.
Right?
Let's be real, the brighter Caitlin Clark shines, the more it seems to shake up a few former stars who aren't ready to share the spotlight. And Swoopes, instead of mentoring the next generation, she keeps choosing the bitter route. She's not passing the torch, she's clutching it like it's her retirement check. But fans aren't blind. We see the pattern, and honestly, it's starting to look more desperate by the day.
We saw her get replaced during the Fever game for the Dallas Wings commentary team last year because of words and the hate she had towards Caitlin Clark, and it was just one thing after another. I said yesterday, even Stephen A. Smith crushed her last year.
This isn't about boosting Paige. It's not about lifting up the game either. It's just another tired attempt to push the worn-out narrative that Caitlin Clark doesn't belong. And let's be honest, it's getting old fast.
Because when she comes to the league, regardless of what team she goes to that has vets on that team, she probably ain't gonna get 40 shots a game.
Caitlin didn't ask for the spotlight, she earned it with record-breaking numbers, consistent excellence, and a poise you can't teach. She didn't rise from media hype or politics, she rose because her game demanded it. No antics, no drama, just pure dominance. If you're tired of WNBA vets playing gatekeeper, drop a CC for MVP in the comments, because this isn't just shady, it's strategic, and we're not here for it.
Caitlin is fantastic, and I think she's going to have an incredible career in the WNBA.
Who's going to be the next face of the NBA? We don't get to decide that. The marketplace decides that. The people have chosen Caitlin Clark.
What is she doing wrong? What more do you want from Caitlin Clark? Seriously, what more do you want from her? She's focusing on the game. She lifted her team up, got them to the playoffs, won Rookie of the Year, and then also is denouncing racial tensions when she's asked about it. I'm sorry, I don't see anything more that Caitlin Clark should have done or could have done.
Let's not kid ourselves, this beef isn't new. Swoopes had Caitlin on her radar long before she ever played a pro game. This isn't some one-off misunderstanding or a quote taken out of context. It's a pattern, a steady stream of comments, criticisms, and calculated digs meant to dim the spotlight Caitlin has rightfully earned.
She was remarkable on top of the fact that she had to deal with so much hate when she got to the WNBA.
I can't imagine this young lady, I don't want to use hate, but despised. And people just having, she brought some on herself a little bit because she's cocky for a good reason.
Confident.
And I love that about her. But to watch the dynamics and the media, they had their narrative. And I was pleased and proud to see the narrative wasn't the truth.
From throwing side-eye during Clark's historic college run to downplaying her impact before she was even drafted, Swoopes has made her stance loud and clear. Remember when she tried to dismiss Caitlin's record-breaking NCAA tournament performance? Or how she got pulled from commentary gigs because of her anti-Clark takes? Yeah, even Stephen A. Smith had to step in and say, "Okay, Sheryl, this is getting ridiculous."
It was a stupid decision because it compromises what your ultimate goal is, which is to elevate the WNBA brand.
That's not a hot take, that's an agenda. When your criticism gets so loud it gets you benched by the networks, something's clearly off. This isn't just personal, it's professional insecurity disguised as analysis. Swoopes isn't worried Caitlin's good, she's scared Caitlin might be better. Better ratings, better game, and a better future for the WNBA.
That's what a lot of these women are doing, is they feel like what we have done for this game, this young player has come into our game, and she's getting way more respect and all that stuff than we are. As she should. The young girl is a baller. The young girl has people watching because of the way she can shoot this basketball like Steph Curry. Steph Curry can't dunk. Steph Curry don't do none of that in the game. He can probably dunk by himself, but he don't really do none of that in the game. He is a shooter, and fans tune in to see Steph Curry.
Caitlin Clark's rookie season has already outshined some of the most legendary runs in WNBA history, including Swoopes' own MVP year. That's not a diss, it's just facts. But instead of recognizing a once-in-a-generation talent, Swoopes has made herself Clark's loudest critic. Not because of the game, but because of control. Caitlin's success is rewriting the narrative, and Swoopes doesn't like that she's no longer the one holding the pen.
Wake up and be mad. Never forget, in Swoopes' MVP season, she averaged less points, assists, and rebounds than Caitlin Clark's rookie season. Caitlin Clark's rookie year was quite a bit better than Sheryl Swoopes' MVP season.
So what do you do when your legacy feels threatened? You cling to relevance. And what better way to get your name trending again than to take shots at the most talked about player in the game?
You know, Jax, you're absolutely right. And I was like, come on, you big dummies. Is she getting hyped? Yes. But she was in the backyard. She was putting in the same time, sometimes maybe more than you were.
Right.
I can't fault her for what she was given.
So yes, the WNBA was growing before Caitlin Clark. Make that abundantly clear. But it was growing incrementally compared to the exponential growth you're seeing now.
That brings us to the t-shirt stunt. Swoopes shows up wearing Paige Becker's name like it's just a fashion statement. Please. She knew exactly what she was doing. This wasn't a shout out to a rising star, it was shade a message in cotton saying, I'll support a white player, just not that white player.
What are you doing? Look at this. Just stays, man. Were y'all talking about Caitlin Clark at this very moment? She knows what she's doing.
Let's not forget, Swoopes has never shown this kind of support for Paige before. But the moment Caitlin Clark starts dominating headlines, suddenly Paige is the new poster girl. Give us a break. The move was painfully obvious. Paige Becker fits the ideological mold the WNBA's legacy insiders prefer: politically vocal, socially aligned, and someone they can shape. Caitlin, on the other hand, doesn't fit that mold. She doesn't play politics, she doesn't chase causes, she just plays hard, relentlessly, and brilliantly.
Now, I've got a theory. Oh, look at me. I'm not really racist because I'm wearing the white girl's shirt. You see that? But the girl from the Midwest, y'all just happen to hate her completely.
And that terrifies people like Sheryl Swoopes, because Caitlin Clark doesn't need their approval. She doesn't need to play their game. She's rewriting the rules entirely.
The only problem with this is, and this has been the problem the whole time with the Paige-Caitlin comparison, Paige is an activist basketball player just like these old WNBA players that's been in the league. All right? They're shilling she's all up in all the social stuff. And so that's why they're letting her in. That's why they're cool with her.
So let's not pretend this was about Paige. This was a drive-by subtweet in t-shirt form. It's the oldest trick in the book: pit women against each other to make a statement you're too afraid to say outright. But here's the problem: fans are smarter now. They've seen Swoopes' history, they've seen the digs, they've seen the pattern. So when she throws on that shirt, they don't see support, they see petty. They see projection. They see someone who's still not over being replaced as the face of women's basketball.
The reason that Caitlin Clark is getting all of this attention is because she is an anomaly. She is a phenomenal player. And Paige Beckers is also a phenomenal player, but it just isn't the same. She doesn't do the same things. She doesn't do the things that have never been seen.
And the saddest part, Paige Beckers deserves better than to be used as a prop in someone else's vendetta. She's a great player in her own right. She doesn't need to be weaponized against Caitlin Clark just to help someone else make a point.
We want to see Caitlin Clark and we want to see Paige Beckers.
Caitlin scored more points per game, but Paige was more efficient.
In the end, this all boils down to one thing: Caitlin Clark's success is inevitable, and no amount of shade is going to stop it. So Sheryl, you can wear all the shirts you want, but the numbers, the fans, and the future are all wearing one name, and it's Clark.
They enjoy watching her play, her style, her energy, her shot. Whether it's because her game mirrors one of the greatest players in the NBA in Steph Curry or not, I don't know what it is. It's an intangible thing, right? Yes, we can say she's a dog. Okay, there's been other dogs. Okay, she's a great shooter. There's been other great shooters. She has it. She's got the thing.
And for Caitlin Clark to have the awareness to drive the eyeballs there, you have to give her so much credit.
Let's just get straight to it. Sheryl Swoopes isn't mad because Caitlin Clark is overrated. She's mad because Caitlin Clark is undeniable. And that, more than anything, has exposed some deep insecurities in people who once controlled the conversation. When someone new walks into the room and starts commanding attention without begging for it, without playing by the usual rules, the gatekeepers get nervous. That's where we are with Sheryl Swoopes and the WNBA old guard.